Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Caroline and this is Mystic Pixie, where we explore topics such as spirituality, healing, love, and other things. So today we are going to be talking about what a morphogenetic field is and why it is groundbreaking, and your mind is going to be blown after this. I swear to God, this discovery is close to the magnitude of quantum mechanics itself and the discovery that our thoughts create reality. The reason why you'd want to know about morphogenetic fields is because it can change the way morphogenetic fields change the way that we learn, evolve, and pass on our ideas and genetics. And not only that, but it breaks the idea of space and time, and again, it breaks the idea that Newton's theory that matter is all cause and effect and stuff like that. So a morphogenetic field is basically a field comparable to a gravitational field or an electromagnetic field. And remember, the electromagnetic field is the field that we all have our own individual electromagnetic fields, and the Earth has its own electromagnetic field, so North and South Pole. And the gravitational field is, as we know, a field just like a soccer field. It's an area that within that area there is a certain specific effect that goes on within it. So just like within the gravitational field of the Earth, we are all pulled inwards towards the center of that three-dimensional environment. In the same way, a morphogenetic field has contained within it living organisms that are connected morphogenetically. Genetic being genetics, which are hereditary, anything encoded in the DNA or the chemical structure of a substance. Morpho, meaning able to morph and change fluidly. So, what is morphogenetic then? Morphogenetic means that the genetics can morph fluidly as a result of changes that have occurred in the morphogenetic field. So, the same way that gravity wraps around the world, encasing all things that are on that planet, that are connected by the planet, the morphogenetic field connects all things that have a similar biological, genetic, or chemical structure. And the wild thing is that because each of these things are connected chemically, that they also evolve together. So you can have a species of bird which is on one side of the planet, and the same species of bird can be on the other side of the planet, not in contact, never touching in the three-dimensional world. However, they are connected by the morphogenetic field because they contain the same genetic code. What happens then is that when one group of these birds evolves into having the ability to eat honey, not only flowers, the other group of birds, regardless of what they were doing have then the capability to evolve and take on this characteristic much more quickly. In fact, in studies that they've done in labs around the world where they are trying to create new chemical compounds in closed environments, they have found that as soon as one laboratory starts to create this compound and it has been formed, while each compound is creating this each laboratory is creating this compound at the same time, as soon as it's created in one laboratory, it may have taken a space of 8 months. As soon as it's created in that laboratory, the time that it's required for that chemical to be created in future then shortens. Essentially, the pathway for evolution has been quickened due to the genetic connection of the morphogenetic field. I hope that makes sense. So essentially, once the new chemical has been synthesized in a lab, the chemical starts to appear more easily in solutions all over the world. Some people were noticing this effect and they speculated that there could have been cross-contamination between laboratories. Theories were introduced such as perhaps Jerry collected a specimen in his beard and walked it across to Africa. And they're just kind of implausible. Like the very fact that it's able to be noticed feels like there's something deeper going on here that is attempting to be rationalized away. And I don't know, I think it's pretty plausible. So I believe that the materialist explanation to this profound new concept is a bit sad, and this pattern may be given wings to fly. And if it were given wings to fly, we might find that, like, holy shit, like, imagine the implications of this. If you have ancestors who had certain similar genetic effects going on for them, and then you were able to be incarnated here and you had similar genetics to one of your ancestors, like maybe you could get their wisdom from past lives on, or maybe you could heal certain things for them in their past. I'm not really sure about that one. But anyway, like, if there were certain personality types which had similar genetics to you all over the world, the more sort of things that they solved, and the closer that you came to their genetic composition in your own composition, the closer you would come to, like, you know what I'm trying to say. The more problems that have been solved by individuals who have similar genetic composition to you, the easier and the quicker you're going to be able to evolve to solve those issues for yourself. And it's just an amazing, beautiful thing. So issues that are being overcome by those with similar genetic patterns to yours in different parts of the world are being directly passed on to you. And I think that's a very beautiful, enlivening thing to remain open to, because if things that I am solving in my own self genetically for who knows how for the rest of my life, lessons that I've permanently solved and learned are being coded for me, and maybe it took me 8 months to learn that lesson. say that lesson is now more readily accessible for others who have struggled in similar ways than me, and say that can just be passed on like a fucking computer program. I don't even have to verbally explanation it to you, and you download that as knowledge then to be transmuted into wisdom. The very fact that I'm just speeding up your process of wisdom and attainment is incredible to me, and that is something to live for. And so I feel like this very concept is just so enlivening. And if you know about quantum mechanics, and if you've heard of the slit experiment, and you understand the implications of the gaze, then you will understand that this isn't very far-fetched either, and it's fucking cool. So have a beautiful day. Thank you for contributing your beautiful energy in here to this space, and I hope that there was something really interesting or valuable for you to obtain. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next video.